and thank you for inviting me to join you at this special celebration. First, I wanted to thank the New York Times for hosting us, and Janet Robinson for your continuing commitment to schools and libraries. We all wish we could have had you as our teacher. I would also like to salute Vartan Gregorian, whose passion for libraries, learning, is unparalleled and contagious. You are a worthy heir to Andrew Carnegie and have been a wonderful friend to my mother and to my Uncle Teddy. And finally, I'd like to thank one of the educators I most admire, who's here tonight, Barbara Stripling, who's the Director of Library Services at the New York City Department of Education. Barbara has really transformed school libraries in this city. She is a generous friend and an inspirational leader and has made a real difference in the lives of the 1.1 million students in New York City schools. I'm honored to join you tonight to celebrate 10 outstanding librarians and the thousands more that you represent. This award is truly significant because the nominations received from across the country show that libraries continue to play a critical role in our democracy, and that librarians are once again on the front lines of a battle that will shape the future of our country. It's a battle that's fought largely out of view, and the heroes, you, are people who didn't seek a career of confrontation, but who live lives of principle and meaning, understanding that the gift of knowledge is the greatest gift that we can give one another. One of the hallmarks of a great civilization is the preservation of and access to information, libraries. We all know that the library at Alexandria was one of the wonders of the ancient world, and we've all learned that our founding fathers believed that libraries were essential to the growth of America. Benjamin Franklin helped to found the Library Company of Philadelphia, and Thomas Jefferson's personal library became the Library of Congress. But this illustrious history doesn't explain why libraries are so often under attack, even in our own time. Why is it that Mao's army destroyed Tibetan libraries? Why did the Germans target the medieval library in Louvain, Belgium, and follow that with the sweeping destruction and confiscation of libraries throughout Central Europe? Why did the Serbs burn the great multicultural Bosnian National Library? And here at home, why were 9 people arrested in 1961 during the first read-in at a segregated public library in Jackson, Mississippi? And why did the Patriot Act seek to obtain the personal borrowing records of library patrons? Not only because libraries are important symbols of a civilized society, but because they are, in a sense, tabernacles of personal freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom of opportunity, and the true test of liberty, freedom to dissent. In times of great political turmoil, libraries are a bastion of civil liberties. But in calmer times, they're integrated into every aspect of our lives. One of the most exciting rituals of childhood is getting our first library card. And last year, 1/3 of all Americans over the age of 15, or 77 million people, used a public library. There could be no more compelling statistic, yet once again, libraries are under attack, this time from an insidious adversary: indifference and lack of funds. Access to knowledge is seen as a luxury when times are tough. Though in a difficult economic climate, we know that people need and use libraries more than ever. Libraries are no longer hushed reading rooms, but busy social hubs for the exchange of life skills and information. They've become community centers in the very best sense, places where we build community and weave together lives and dreams. The unemployed come to find job training and job opportunities. New immigrants come to learn English. Students use the library for college readiness and college access. And adolescents can explore difficult social and emotional issues in the safe space of a library. I've seen this firsthand in my work with the New York City Public Schools. Classroom libraries play a vital role in students' intellectual development, and school libraries fill a larger void in their lives. A great school library becomes the heart of a school and the center of the larger community. A great school librarian understands that kids can't succeed without the support of parents, teachers, business partners, and 21st century research and writing skills. That's why we've made libraries a special focus of the New York City school reform efforts. Under Barbara Stripling's leadership, the DOE has created a new curriculum, which is a national model, and trained an energized, creative, professional cadre of school librarians who understand that they have the power to make a difference, that they're no longer the person who just keeps everyone quiet, but they are really one of the most important teachers that the students have. At the Fund for Public Schools, we've learned that when a principal and a librarian work together to make literacy a real priority, a relatively small amount of money can make a huge difference in the culture of a school community. Over the past 8 years, we've given $8.5 million to schools in 225 small competitive grants. These bring schools up to date technologically, support family literacy workshops, build collections for English language learners, and provide comfy furniture where kids can hang out with a book. Now, as we move towards implementation of the Common Core standards, the role of the librarian is becoming even more important. We need librarians who understand how to integrate technology into their curriculum and who can help students learn the higher order critical thinking skills they will need to succeed. The other library that I'm a part of is the Kennedy Library in Boston. In addition to preserving the documents and archival record of my father's presidency for scholars and researchers, thanks to my husband's far-reaching vision, the Kennedy Library has broken free from its Boston home. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of my father's presidency, we embarked on a multi-year effort to digitize his papers, correspondence, memos, speeches, photos, and film holdings. The record of his presidency is now available online to a worldwide audience in their own languages. We've also created a website for students, jfk50.org, with downloadable curricula and exhibits, where users can also upload their own testimonials about service in the spirit of President Kennedy. None of these efforts would have been possible without dedicated, committed, and visionary librarians, professionals who are excited about their changing role in a changing world, who are dedicated to serving others, who respect scholarship, and who understand that you are our guides on a lifelong journey of intellectual collaboration and collaborative composition. Your work is truly life-changing. As Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote many years ago, "Be a little careful about your library. Do you foresee what you will do with it? Very little, to be sure. But the real question is, what will it do with you? You will come here and get books that will open your eyes and your ears and your curiosity and turn you inside out or outside in." Congratulations to all of you, and thanks so much.
Thank you, Carolyn, for coming and gracing this occasion. Fellow librarians and educators and citizens of New York and the nation. This is a special year for Carnegie Corporation of New York because it marks the 100th anniversary of the foundation Andrew Carnegie created to carry out his philanthropy during his lifetime and to carry it forward to the future. During our century of work, one of the proudest achievements is the part that Carnegie Corporation played in the first major cause that Andrew Carnegie supported, and the one that was always closest to his heart, helping to build public libraries. Not one, not two, not 100, several thousand. And most importantly, that these have to be free libraries. Mr. Carnegie believed that libraries are essential to strength and progress of American society. They are the critical purposes they serve. They democratize access to information and knowledge. They empower local communities. But most importantly, they empower individuals to fulfill their aspirations and their potential. Libraries are among the first and most important institutions of our cultures. They embody the concept of lifelong education. After all, nobody can graduate from a library or wants to. There are no examinations, midterms, there are no graduations. Libraries do not give out diplomas. Libraries have no graduation ceremonies, then they don't give exams, as I mentioned. The only condition a library asks its users to honor is to do justice to their own imagination, their own curiosity, and their own thirst for knowledge, and in the process to achieve their own independence of mind, spirit, and position in society. Libraries are also bridges that link the past, the present, and the future. How fortunate we are to have these remarkable, almost magical bridges that we can cross back and forth on as we explore the times that have passed and dream of the days ahead of us in the years to come. These bridges are inviting enough for an individual to stroll across and yet sturdy enough to support whole societies, whole nations. In that connection, let me remind us also, all in America, which truly is a nation of immigrants, libraries are among the most important links that immigrants have between their native country and the country they have chosen to join. Libraries are a place of acculturation, of civic integration, of learning how to be part of America without losing the part of yourself that will always remember the place where you were born. Hence, libraries are an invaluable sources of the materials that help immigrants to steep themselves in their past while also building their future. Libraries enable immigrants to join the life of our nation by allowing us the chance to universalize ourselves. And for those who have become assimilated, libraries are a way to return again and again to the banquet of their culture and to have their children share in that banquet as well. For all of us, libraries are both the symbol and living expression not only of culture and history and learning, but also of the heritage of mankind, humankind. Walk down the aisles of a library and you're traveling through the record of civilization, the triumph of and failures, its legacy of intellectual, scientific, and artistic achievements. Hence, the library represents humanity's collective memory. It is more than just a repository. It's a truly instrument of civilization. The library is a laboratory of human endeavor, human inspirations, a window to the future, a wellspring of action. The library is a source of self-renewal. It's the link between the solitary individual and collective mankind. It represents our community. The library is the university of universities, containing the source and unity of knowledge. Almost everybody's life has been enriched by a teacher or what they learn in a library, hence by a librarian. But libraries would not be wonderful teaching and learning places that they are without librarians. And that is why we are here tonight, to celebrate libraries and their librarians, who are the true keepers of the flame of knowledge. Librarians are guides to knowledge, the ones who classify and clarify, authenticate and actualize our desire to find the tools we need to educate ourselves and to become educated individuals. Even in this age of internet, librarians are the men and women who help us to find our way along the electronic highway, and there are no more intellectually rigorous, imaginative, and professional tour guides one could find one for itself in the world than librarians. Indeed, that's the business of librarians, to help us find where we are going in life, and perhaps to go even further than that, because they are also in the immortality business, as well as enlightenment business, and the learning business, and democracy business. They are also in the equality business, because everyone is always welcome to occupy a library. The many branches of a library are like many stations of hope and imagination. At each station, there's also always a librarian there to welcome you and to answer your questions. So tonight, we thank all the librarians, and especially the 10 men and women who are being honored with the I Love My Librarian Award. They are extraordinary people with remarkable skills, doing an irreplaceable job. We extend our gratitude to them and offer our boundless congratulations.